everyone. Welcome back to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Magic. Today I am going to be playing Seeker. Uh, and I am here with the lovely, the wonderful.
Hi, I'm Arrows, and I will be playing Nebula Rose. This skeleton is going to have a break. Um, going to have multiple breaks because he needs them. His playlist has had a lot of angst in it, and he needs some good times.
I this is a threat for everyone listening to the future because I know everyone around Seeker has a lot of angst right now. I am pulling out a weapon that might be familiar. Y'all better stop. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I'm going to give you softs whether you like it or not. Anyway, yeah. So Nebula, what you doing out on town today?
Oh, you caught me off guard because I was thinking about fair stuff and not this stuff. Okay, I think he probably just returned some books to the library. He's been doing some research for a friend. Yes, I'm referencing all the way back to Fireside Connections. Um, but he's just returned some books to the library and he's currently on his way walking back home.
All right. We like to do contesting perceptions, and you know what occurs to me? I don't actually have Seeker's sheet up. Hold on.
I don't
Oh,
either. Hold on. I don't have Nebulas either.
I rolled a net 20 though.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get much better than that unless he also rolls a nat 20 and get because his modifier is +1. Um, man, nope, that
Yeah,
was a 6.
6. All right. Nebula, you're thinking about the research you've just done. Like that sort of thing, making sure you're not getting lost on the way home. Uh, okay. Uh, there. Nebula, you don't see anything, but you sure hear it, because the first thing you hear is, Starman! And, there's, suddenly, a very, a shorter, because you're taller now, Satyr Man in front of you. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw? You roll me a con.
He's got good con. I mean, last time that didn't help him, but oh, that's a 24.
24. Finally,
He did well
you
this
are
time.
prepared. Uh, there. I think it's because Seeker stumbles for a second because he was prepared to head bonk you and then realized you were, uh, you realized like his normal like setup, the speed he was going would not have been accurate to do a head bonk. And he does like a small little jump because you are like taller than him now. And bonk, you've been head bonked. Congratulations.
I think with a 24, he had bonks back.
Ah. Seeker looks ecstatic. Hi, hello, how are you? What are you up to?
Well, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
You know, this and that. Seeker kind of makes like a hand motion. Say, what are you doing out in Toontown today?
I mean, I live here. Uh, uh, but he I was just returning some things to the library. I was on my way home.
oh, uh, see,
Does does Seeker notice the extra 2 inches?
yeah, he does.
Does he mention it or does he not?
No, but he
The
does look kind
skeletons
of
don't
miffed.
usually grow.
He looks kind of miffed. God,
What's wrong?
you're taller now.
He he blinks and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I suppose I am. I suppose that would uh mess up the head bonking." He he uh he has Yeah, I cannot set up my words correctly. He kind of lets out a nervous laugh and it's just like, just magic surge. It sometimes changes your height. It wasn't much. It was only 2 inches, but it did. Roll an insight. Oh,
Okay. 4.
that's a 4. You noticed nothing.
Okay.
He's just talking.
So walk with me. What have you been reading?
I should not be eating during an FPS because I need to respond to things. Close. I can do that during game, but not during FPS. Uh, he just said, "What have you been up to?"
Yeah. He also asked like for Nebula to walk with him, and he has
Yeah,
started
yeah,
kind of
I
like
did notice
walking.
that. Yeah, he's walking. It's not like, I mean, he aside from going home, there wasn't really anything else much for him to do. So, yeah, he's walking. Yeah, I think he like. I'm not gonna. I don't want to go into like detail just for my own sake, but he starts talking about like the research that he's been doing. He doesn't say why if asked. That he just says it's for a friend, but it's like about part tune, part real kind. And he talks about the ball game that he just played with a friend, um, well, a now friend anyway, who is family of another friend who considers him family, and he's still not quite sure what to do with that. But it's fine. um, yeah, he's talking about what's been going on. Can I make the perception check now
Yeah, you can
for
make the perception check.
That's an 11.
11.
I can I make it? I mean, can I also make it with disadvantage though?
Yes, you can.
'Cause- oh no, okay, that's a 19. Let's
Uh,
stick with the 11.
all right.
Uh,
With an 11. All right. All right. With an 11. You don't really know where Seeker's taking you. But you're pretty focused on like telling Seeker about your life stuff. You do notice after some point, uh, there seems to be a lot more people than there were on the streets before. And it's kind of crowded, and also you're not on pavement anymore. Uh, it's more of this. It's also there's a bit more. Uh, well, I wouldn't actually say there's a bit more color. This is Toontown. The place is pretty like packed full of color anyway. There's like the road has turned into sort of this like dirt gravel instead of like just solid sidewalk pavement. And again, there's more people around, and you can hear like children's laughter. There's a strange whooshing sound in the distance. You can also hear the sound of like like food on an open grill or an open griddle. Uh,
also smell the food too, probably.
yeah, you can definitely smell it. Uh,
um,
you can also hear some calls from like vendors. Uh,
uh, yeah, that's. I think that's enough to distract him, and he's looking around like, wait a second,
uh,
what are we doing?
hey Nebula, you're currently in around like probably the right side. Uh, to like I'd imagine Seeker's also on your right side. Like looking around, there are stalls. You can see a Ferris wheel in the short distance. There's a set up roller coaster. Um, there's also like fair rides. Hey Nebula, you're currently in a fair.
He was not expecting this. He's looking around like kind of like, wait a second, what? Wait, what? And then he looks at Seeker like, was this intended? Like, did you mean to bring us here, or are we just here now?
There's a very mischievous look on Seeker's face. This is definitely intended.
Oh, oh, oh man. Yeah, he's I think like he's trying to like figure out if it was like well it's a mischievous look. It was probably intended to not tell him. Um uh, oh man. What would he say? Okay. Okay, I just need to pick something and say it.
I I will mention if you had rolled any lower, you probably would have had food handed to you by Seeker and would have not have noticed.
Uh, yeah, he looks at Seeker and he, he's like, "This was intended, wasn't it?"
What gave it away?
Your smile?
Seeker Seeker just smiles at you again.
To be fair, I have been getting more sleep recently, and he says nothing about overworking himself. He just said he's getting more sleep. It's fine.
Well,
He doesn't need a break.
well, we're here now, and it's break time. Seeker says, still continuing to walk. He has not stopped.
No, I don't think Nebula has either. He's just been like, okay, we're here now. Oh man. He has resigned himself to the fair. He's like, well, we're here now. There's not much else I can do. I'm not gonna just run off. He's not at that level right now.
So, now that you're actually paying attention, what do you want to do first?
Oh man. He looks around at all the different things. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. He has to decide.
Yeah,
Um yeah, I think he'll go for some food first.
alright.
Uh yeah. He'll go oh, it's the one that we were thinking about. So he'll go to the cotton candy.
Yeah, cotton candy! Uh,
Yeah,
Seeker Seeker looks disproportionately excited about getting cotton candy.
it was like, yes, I've made a good choice. Uh,
As you guys are kind of waiting in line, Seeker kind of turns to you and goes, "Oh, do you want to just split one of them?"
oh, sure, yeah.
Okay. Um. Seeker kind of like pats his pockets. Oh right, these don't have pockets in them. Reaches into his bag and pulls out a few coins. Nebula, what flavor did you want?
I mean, right, there are different flavors. I forget the different flavors.
Or at
I
least,
haven't had cotton candy in a while.
like the different colors? Do they have
Yeah,
different flavors?
uh, yeah, I'll take the blue one.
All right. Could I get a blue one, please? And Seeker is then handed a blue one, which he hands to Nebula.
And Nebula takes like a good portion of that and hands that to Seeker since they're sharing it.
uh, Seeker, like how like good of a portion do you give him?
I mean, if they're sharing it, then probably half of it.
Seeker kind of splits that in half and gives you like half of his half. Uh,
Okay. He's just like, oh, and like he like he kind of tries to put it back on the stick, but cotton candy doesn't work like that, so he ends up just having to eat it straight.
I really shouldn't have that much cotton candy.
he nods like all right because he's just assuming like some people have like some people just don't like sugar that much or have too much and need to cut back on it or things like that. So he's just assuming something like that. Or maybe he gets like
Do you wanna
what's the word? What's the word?
do you wanna
Like
roll an in
incredibly bouncy with too much sugar.
do you wanna roll an insight?
Okay. That's a 13.
I will say, even with a 13, it's kind of obvious that Seeker does want to eat the rest of the half that you had given him. Uh, but he takes a very large bite out of the half you like the quarter he has.
Um, I don't think he'll say much about that though. Like,
God,
yeah, because taste versus like diet kind of thing. He's not gonna pry, but
God.
hey, okay, I'm gonna say that they're nearby one of the ball toss games, and I'm gonna have Nebula make a wisdom saving throw because for those listening, there was a time when when you work with magic, sometimes there are side effects, and there was a time that he turned into a dog, and he still has some instincts from that. So he does have to make wisdom saving throws with balls, but at advantage. But he still has to make them. Oh, what's your? Okay, it's +1. No, it's a 13, and he has advantage. Okay, it's a 14. Ah, that probably saves. Alas,
it
alas.
it probably saves, but like you're probably so
He,
focused on it.
yeah. The ball. Someone's there already, and the ball flies, and his head snaps to it, and he's kind of just watching it while he's munching on his cotton candy.
Boy. Words. Hi, word machine.
Yeah, that's a mood.
Uh, Seeker. Uh, Seeker. I hold up my boy. Anyway. Uh, oh, do you want to do games? We can do games. Games are fun. Seeker is now walking towards the games.
Yeah. I was half imagining Seeker just being like, "Oh, games," and just takes his hand and start dragging him. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if he would. Yes,
definitely.
excellent. I want to say that like Nebula was focused enough on the balls that he like only half processed what Seeker was saying, and now suddenly he's being dragged, and he's like, "Oh wait, oh okay, we're doing this now."
God.
Does he get in line? Does he put them in line for like that? I can't speak. Uh, for the ball game specifically, since Nebula was looking at it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh, just Seeker's kind of like looking up at the small prize pool that's like adorned around the stand. Just kind of you know like in thought while you guys are waiting in line.
uh, Nebula follows his gaze, and it's like, "Is there anything specific you want?"
God. Sometimes I hate the fact Seeker wears sunglasses. I lay down. Man, my
All
descriptions
right.
of rapid blinking can never work. My descriptions of rapid blinking can never work because all of my characters just don't have visible eyes. I just
Oh
realized
no!
this.
Oh no! Rip.
All of my characters don't have visible eyes.
That's on you.
Man. Okay, this is fine. Uh, Seeker kind of, like his ear does like a small little twitch, particularly. Well, that could be good for you. That one kind of looks like the cat. Uh, he's just kind of like muttering.
Maybe she's like, all right. And steps forward when it's their turn, I guess.
Yeah.
And he asks, "Do you want to go first, or should I?"
Um, I mean, by all means, and Seeker kind of does like the like the you first bow. That one.
Yeah, yeah. What am I rolling? Dex?
Yeah, roll like Dex or Strength.
Oh, definitely Dex. He has 0 strength. That's a 10.
Uh,
It's your usual.
you probably knock over like 2 bottles. You know these fair games. You know
Yeah.
these fair games. It's rather hard to knock bottles over. But I will say this is probably one of the those sort of games where you can get like multiple throws. You probably have
Yeah.
like 2 throws.
All right. Should I like make a check for each ball, or
Uh,
just leave it
hmm.
for total?
I'd say at least make like 2 checks.
All right. That was a 17.
17. Yeah. You knock over a very good amount of bottles. Congratulations. Uh,
All right.
I didn't make any systems for this, but I will say with like a more medium roll and a high roll, you can probably get probably like a medium sized prize.
Okay. I okay. Sorry, I just had a thought.
Uh huh.
Uh, he he takes a chicken. I'm gonna say there's a chicken there, and he takes a chicken.
Oh boy.
What?
God, man.
It reminds him of friend. He will take friend.
We'll take friend. You've obtained a plushie of friend.
Yes,
Congratulations.
I have.
Noting how big chickens are, it's around TOC's size too.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh man, I'm really tempted to say it's the same coloration too, but I don't know if I should.
Wait. Consider for the joke. Opposite coloration.
Opposite coloration, yes, it is opposite coloration.
Opposite coloration. You can name it something like the very friendly chicken.
Oh,
TFC.
man, I don't think Nebula knows what TOC stands for.
uh, maybe perhaps later for some for some. Anyway, this is fun. All right.
Oh man.
God.
Yeah, so this chicken is just like I forget the name for the term of the kind of the crown on top of the head for what are they called? Combs?
I don't know anything about
Something
chickens.
like that. I think it's comb. So this is just like a red chicken with a black comb, I guess.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
A red chicken with a black comb.
uh,
Okay. All right. Uh,
Rating it.
Seeker will take his own. I'm just gonna think. 9, 5. Hmm.
Man, I had to make 4 wisdom checks. I had to make 4 wisdom saving throws.
Can I just say like I rolled a 9 and a 5. Can at least the 5 be Nebula like
Yeah,
catching it
I
midair?
want it to be. I want it to be. I'm gonna see the checks first though, but I want it to be. Oh, that's a dirty 20. So yeah, he does. Yeah, so that's for the first one. Uh, here's for the second. Please, 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 please. Oh, that's another 2020! No! Dice parser.
I mean, you
No,
can.
you know what? Heck you, Dice parser. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say he does, like, just, like, Seeker's looking at the game, so he's not paying attention to Nebula, and just as Seeker throws the second ball, just as it leaves his hand, it's snatched out of the air by Nebula, and Nebula realizes what he's done, and he's just like thoroughly what's the word? It's
Embarrassed?
more than embarrassed. It's more than embarrassed. It's like he's horrified at what he's done, and he drops the ball and takes a step back like, oh no.
Uh, Seeker's going to attempt to catch the ball. Seeker catches the ball before you can drop it.
I am so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I think my aim was a little off anyway. Seeker says casually. Oblivious to your
Nebula just,
plight.
look, Nebula just looks at him like you're not questioning my suddenly taking your ball as you threw it.
Nope. Uh,
Oh my goodness.
Seeker kind of like adjusts his glasses. I need these things cleaned soon. And he's just gonna go throw the ball again. Hotois, 14. Um, yeah, I'd say with a 9 and a 14 because I'm considering that giving you like you giving him advantage because he can just rethrow it because he didn't actually throw it. But I'd say he get like one of those smaller size prizes. However, he has no idea what the fucking get. Uh, I think uh like all right. There's a moment where Seeker looks like, "Oh, hey, I won something." And then, "Oh, wait, I won something." God. Man.
I'm just imagining them standing there for like 5 minutes while Seeker tries to decide what to take.
The teller moves Seeker and you off to the side so he can decide without interrupting other people.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna. God, there's so many people Seeker could get a gift for. Cause he would not get this for himself. Okay, 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 okay. How many? What? Hmm. 7? Okay, hold on. Let me just tag everyone I'm gonna go for in order. Uh, hold on. Why do people have names that start common?
And then there are people who don't put their names in their nickname at all.
4. So that is Amber.
Mm.
uh, hmm. Hmm. Well, the difficulty about buying things for Amber is that there's a high possibility Amber will just eat them. Uh, God. It's worth a shot. Seeker gets this like very very small sun plushie that has a pair of sunglasses on it.
Oh.
Uh, and he kind of just holds it. No, at least I'm glad it's small. I don't exactly have a hemispace. He says, putting it in his bag.
See, Nebula would suggest carrying it for him, except there's a good chance that, like, after all this, he might forget to give it back, so he's not going to suggest that. Uh,
Do you want to do another game? I mean, I think there's like a dot thing over there.
sure. What's the point of being here without doing any games?
Seeker gives you like a very like probably like a wide grin. Uh, Come on, let's go play some dots. And man, it's not balls, unfortunately. Uh,
Unfortunately.
Sedge.
Hey, it's fine. We did have Nebula catching the one.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And if he feels the urge, he will look away. He does not want that to happen again. He's mortified. That's the word I was looking for before. He was mortified.
Well, I'm very sorry. My boy is not the most. I look at his wisdom score. I think that should explain everything. He. Anyway, um, darts. Dart stand. It's like it's a dart stand. Do we want to roll more decks?
Sure.
Roll darts.
That's
Gotta go
the
pop
wrong letter.
balloons.
The 12.
12. Darts do like I think darts do like more like 3, so you can do 3 rolls.
Oh, that's a crit fail. He just completely misses the board on that one.
You accidentally spike it into the table. You forgot to let go.
I was imagining one of those things where it's like you throw it and it's like it goes up and in the distance you hear a scream kind of thing.
That's funnier. Yeah.
And
You
Nebula wins is just like, oh, oops. And calls out sorry, calls out apology. Uh,
There's like growl
that was not
acceptances.
intended. And a
Uh,
9. Yeah, he's not as good with the darts.
yeah. I'd imagine you can get a small prize for that. It's just a very small prize.
Very small one.
You can get a keychain prize.
Yeah, we had a keychain.
What is the keychain?
I want to keep going with this gag. So he gets a keychain that's like has a horse on it.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
He loves his friends. Okay.
Okay. Alright, alright. I'm going to do roll. I already have it copy and pasted. 14. 4. Oh
That's
god,
also
that's.
crit failed. They both crit failed on their second throw.
There's another dart that goes streaking into the distance. Uh, uh, Seeker kind of grimaces, and you hear, well, I hope you didn't hit anyone with in the eye, under his breath. That is the wrong command. Oh, God, man, we're not good
No,
at darts. Uh,
apparently not. Um,
God.
man, do they have to like retrieve these darts that they lost?
I think, I, I think the dart person just kind of looks exasperated. Honestly, it was a mistake having a gap in between the top of the tent and the wall because you know there are toon shenanigans where everything ends up flying through that.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah. This is Toontown. This is Inkwell. There's yeah. If you have a game that consists of throwing things, you're going to have multiple people a day that are going to throw it like completely off track and hit someone. So I'm imagining like all these people that are running these throwing games have like a whole box of extras.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Seeker,
Oh,
man. I don't know what prizes to give Seeker because he's not doing any of these for himself.
you could roll for it, Dan.
I'm gonna roll a d6. I already gave something Amber. Uh, all right. Seeker picks out a small little keychain of a black cat.
Oh. I do not know people the seeker knows, but oh.
It's for Arata because Arata has Genie, who is just a cat. Uh,
Oh.
And yeah. Do we want to play another game, or do we want to go do? This is me talking to arrows. You. Or do we want to do the other thing?
I think we can do the other thing.
All right. Uh. Uh. Well, you know how terrible our throws are being. Apparently. Seeker says, like looking off into the distance as they're like walking away from the stand. You want to go do a ride? I do. Wait. This is the entire reason I want to come here. Seeker reaches into his bag again and pulls out what seem to be like 2 free ride tickets.
Nebula's like he's looking at that and like he has two thoughts. The first is either like did Seeker get this while he wasn't looking, and the second is did Seeker come here, get this, and then go out to find him and bring him here? And he doesn't know which it is.
And you'll never know unless you ask. Anyway. Well, I wouldn't recommend going on any of the shorter rides because Seeker makes like a fake hand gesture. You know, they're only good for 1 free ride.
Nebula looks around and looks to see what all the rides are, and then he points up at the tallest one around and goes, "How about the Ferris wheel?"
It's a brilliant idea. Come on, let's go. God.
And once again, he is dragged off.
Once again, you are dragged off. There is a sort of medium-sized line to the Ferris wheel. It's I will say it's probably 30 minutes till sundown. It's not like, you know, the scenic like sun is going down sort of time people start waiting in line for. It the sun will start setting probably soon, but not too soon. For any context of time, but I will say it takes about like probably 5-10 minutes to go through this line because it's still a Ferris wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Seeker kind of like hands over the tickets and y'all are free to climb on the Ferris wheel.
I'm sorry, you said that we're free to climb on it, and my first thought was make a check to see if it's coming in. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it now. I'll make a dexterity check.
To
Dexterity
see how
saving
well
throw.
he can go on the cart.
Yeah, because it's a good fail.
Does he fucking trip? Does he trip?
Entirely, and like, okay, I'm imagining like, gosh, I'm imagining like he misses it and steps right in that gap.
uh, I think Seeker immediately like rushes to pull you out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh gosh.
I I don't think I should roll his strength, but
Listen, this man is 20 pounds. I don't
uh,
think you need more strength.
Seeker kind of lifts you up, and it's just you're very light. I
Thank
feel
you.
like I should be
Yes, I am.
excited about
I'm a
that.
skeleton.
You know what? That is entirely fair. Seeker sets you down onto the cart. Before hopping on himself.
Thank you. But yeah, he like gestures at himself like I am mostly air.
You know, for some reason I forgot about that. And Seeker himself hops on to the Ferris wheel. And like the little bar for the Ferris wheel kind of gets lowered, and Seeker like carefully rests his like forearms on it, not quite holding on with his hands. I don't think I've ever been on a Ferris wheel before, and there's a slight clunk sound as it starts rotating to go to the next position, so more people can get off and on.
Nebula smiles at that and says, "Well, you'll get quite a view."
I mean, I suppose so. Uh, wasn't never really went any tall buildings. Honestly, these are some of the tallest buildings I've ever seen. Uh, he kind of like gestures out towards the direction of Toontown.
Yeah. Well, so long as you're not scared of heights, it should be fine.
Scared of heights? I lived on a mountain. I think I'll be fine. There's
Who thought
another
of that?
there's another like whir clunk as the Ferris wheel goes up to the next position.
Oh man, has Seeker said much about like is this the first time Nebula's hearing that he grew up on a mountain?
Probably.
Uh yeah, man, I was gonna have Nebula ask about that, but then my mind blanked on like the phrasing of it. Um so I'm just gonna say Nebula asks about that because yeah, it's otherwise I'm going to be quiet for like a minute trying to figure out how I want to phrase this.
uh, Seeker just goes, "Oh yes. If there's a small mountain range on the uh, kind of looks off into the distance and like uh, so his hand sort of like waves like he's drawing like a map.
Mm,
Sort of southeast of Faruma. It's a very small mountain town. It doesn't have a name.
mm.
He says that offhand.
Not even by the residents?
Well, no, really, it's just called the village.
Well, that's its name then, he says with a bit of a laugh.
I suppose so. I think it had a name once, but it's never been recorded down, so you know, it happens. Left quite a
Can
while
I,
ago. I wonder how
oh,
everyone's doing.
can I ask why you started traveling?
Uh, Seeker adjusts his glasses as once again the Ferris wheel moves position. I started traveling to. How do I phrase this? Uh, well, I started traveling because I wanted to go find someone. It's why I'm called Sika. He kind of does like it's like a hand motion to himself.
Maybe she's like, oh, at that the blah, kind of like exclamation point kind of thing. Just kind of
but
like, oh,
but I have gotten thoroughly distracted by literally everything. It's I also left just to go travel the world. It's there are so many stories, Nebula. So much to do and so much to see. I suppose it's just generic wanderlust at first, but honestly, I didn't think it would actually work when I first left home. Seeker kind of
yeah,
like does a little laugh.
yeah. Nebula is just kind of like he's leaning forward on the bar, just listening. Um, uh, and he's like, well, seems to have turned out well.
I suppose it has. Hold on, let me just. This wouldn't be a Seeker FPS if I didn't at least roll one of these. I don't think you catch anything,
Okay.
unfortunately. Uh,
Uh, Is that a deception?
That is a deception.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna not worry about that.
uh,
I sit here knowing that Seeker has angsty lore and knowing nothing about it.
anyway, Seeker,
Oh man.
God.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, I gotta. What questions would be asked? Um.
I pointed out the question you wanted to ask in DMs.
Oh. What's that?
Uh, it's. Hold on. It's the one about the.
Sorry to those listening.
uh, hold on. It's the thing. You know, the thing. I say pointing. Uh,
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think that'll happen yet, though.
know what? That's completely fair.
Yeah. That'll be. Right. There was the. Hold on. Apologies to everyone listening. Uh. We are discussing things. Okay. So how's everyone doing? Fine. We'll just have this bit of silence.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. We have a better idea of where to go now.
We
Just
found
forgot
the
something.
direction.
That's all. It's all right. Um.
We've looked at the map. Uh,
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. I think we can start leading into this. He'll. Sorry. Phrasing. I'm gonna lead into it from, I guess, a bit of a side angle.
mhm.
You mentioned stories. What are those of? I assume of the people that you meet. What are your favorites?
Favorite stories, favorite stories. Seeker kind of, sort of like taps his hands together. Favorite stories. Where do I start? I'm quite fond of, one of my traveling companions I used to have. She was, alright, this is a bit weird to explain. She was a spirit who was bound to a sword, but she also wielded the sword. There was it was this whole family drama that she came from. Apparently, her father only wanted one daughter, but he had three, so they all had to fight to the death. He says very casually.
Like, Nebula like recoils like, oh boy, oh no, that's not good.
But the sister who won, didn't actually want her sisters dead, so she did a workaround where she put them into weapons, and then they could exist on their own, basically. They had to leave home, unfortunately, but it worked.
Nebula is kind of quiet at that, thinking. Um,
I mean,
uh, yeah.
unfortunately, she couldn't ever let go of the sword. Luckily, she could have like scabbards and stuff. But it was very difficult whenever she wanted to try moving through walls because there'd have to be a perfect slot to put her sword because she could not put it down.
he he laughs a little at that. Uh, I could imagine that sounds like quite the situation.
honestly, honestly, uh, there was times where it was actually quite fun. Uh, we had, I think there was, oh, what was, Seeker kind of like, taps his like chin and thought, I think we had a rogue in the party who kept trying to move the sword, but it never worked for very obvious reasons. But he would keep trying regardless because he thought it was funny. There is one time she held him out a window.
Yeah, he's laughing. This is fun.
uh,
He he is enjoying the story very much.
I mean, it wasn't very high off the ground, but there was it was it was the tavern on the riverfront. So it was directly over the shore, which probably wouldn't have been that bad. But then again, he was a fire genasi.
No, that that stars. How did things turn out? You're not traveling with him anymore.
Oh no, we parted ways some time ago. Seeker kind of uh just like sort of like scratches the back of his neck. I don't tend to keep traveling companions for long, uh, mostly due to uh, my own attention span, apparently. Like, I I do enjoy keeping track of their journeys and such, but it's hard to just stay in one set place when there's so much to do and so much to get done.
Yeah, that's understandable. I know there. He smiles and he's thinking about a friend of his that has not appeared here because that is from an off-server person. But uh, thinking about this, a friend of his who is well, he's a thief, but like he travels around a lot, like a lot. And and he's like, yeah, I know people like that, and he comes to the realization that he's befriended a lot of people that just travel, huh? He's got Wally, he's got Seeker, he's got Marigold, he's got Cherry. Like why? Even TOC was traveling around until they settled down. Like he's befriended a lot of people that travel. Wow.
uh,
He just tends to gather travelers, I guess.
and Seeker oh boy, uh, Seeker kind of yes. Well, it's alright, I suppose. I mean, Fruma is very large, and it's sometimes you do get to see people you've met before. I don't believe I've met any in Inkwell yet, but it was always a grand occasion when you see a previous traveling companion on the street.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that for sure. What what brought you to Einquell? Also, before he answers this, I just want to say that I realize that Grills also travels. All of his friends that he's made here. Oh, that's another deception check, and that's a 24.
Okay. Uh. Okay. Uh. Oh boy. Seekers. Seekers. All right. All right. All right. I'm assuming a 7 does not pass your perception, does it?
No.
Or your insight.
I mean, I don't know what a passive insight would be, but well,
It's just like 10 plus your insight, like
yeah,
times by
no,
10.
no, his insight is better than
A
his
7.
perception.
Because I rolled a 7. Yeah. All right. Seeker's expression doesn't like fade or change. He's still in that like uh Oh boy, he still has like that smile on his face. Like the more like relaxed expression. But there. Oh boy, you do notice like one of his hands just kind of tighten around one of the bars.
Oh boy.
For just a moment before it kind of lets go. Because he can't hold the iron bar for too long because it's gonna burn his hands.
Please. Seeker, please.
Yes, he walked onto a metal death trap. Anyway.
Seeker, please.
Well,
I, I'm sorry, I like. Oh gosh. Like, he notices the hand tightening and is like, kind of um, like a little bit concerned about that, but then he realizes. He notices how quickly Seeker lets go, and it's like, oh no, why was he touching that in the first place?
does Nebula know about his allergies?
Oh, wait, no, that was just TOC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Never mind then.
Okay.
I forgot about that. Sorry.
uh,
Unless TOC told them, but I don't know. I doubt they would. I don't know.
I think you were still sleeping at the time.
Yeah, I'm saying after the fact. Unless like I mean, Seeker's visited a few times, so like
You'd have probably noticed his aversion to most silverware.
probably would have noticed something like that, and maybe I don't know if Seeker would have asked for wooden stuff specifically or what, but
Seeker
I
doesn't
mean,
ask
unless
for anything. He has chopsticks in his
okay,
bag.
okay. He might have. Nebula might have asked about the silverware. Then I don't. Yeah, just to like. I'm trying to figure out if he knows this or not.
uh,
Potentially, that reaction may or may not have happened. We'll say
uh,
that.
Potentially. But Seeker continues, not really acknowledging, whatever that was. Uh, well, I did plan on coming to Inkwell, mostly to see if I could find the person I was talking about before. Uh, but I had gotten very distracted and off course for a very long time. Oh, this is me magic trying to figure out how to phrase this.
That's the mood of the FPS today. How does one phrase words?
But I ended up coming here regardless. So,
Can I ask who you're looking for?
well, that's a little bit complicated. Uh, Technically, I'm looking for a very tall woman with rainbow hair, which doesn't narrow it down at all, because apparently there's a lot of very tall ladies with rainbow hair.
And Nebula laughs and is like, "Yeah, Inkwell is like that."
Listen, I've come across multiple statues of very tall ladies with rainbow hair. Uh, I have no idea. Uh, I
Is
have
she a
no
tune?
idea. I'm sorry?
Is she a tune?
Um, uh, Seeker kind of falls silent. I wasn't given very many descriptors.
Oh, okay.
I
I
It
yeah.
might be a yes, it might be a no, it might be a maybe.
So are you looking for someone else then? Like for like on behalf of someone else?
Nope, that's just mainly for me.
Right. But it's not someone that you knew previously.
Nope. I mean,
All right.
I sure hope not. She's like she's old.
But why are you looking for her?
Hold on.
Okay.
Uh, I well, it's complicated. Uh, Seeker. kind of look sheepish. It's not. God. Well, I. Uh, Seeker does not know what to say at all.
Nebula's just like waiting patiently watching him. Like, should I roll insight?
Sure? Yes. Yes, roll insight.
At the 10?
10. He's not really hiding this fact. He thinks it's like a little embarrassing or maybe silly.
Uh, yeah, I think he'll hmm. Like he doesn't mind if it's embarrassing or silly, but he doesn't like know like how to say that right now. Like how to be like it's okay. But yeah, I think he'll just be like it's it's, it's all right, go on.
Um, well, she apparently at one point traveled with my father, and I wanted to ask her about that. So,
Nebula's just like how is that silly?
does he ask that out loud?
I'm not right now. He's gonna say something about that, but like I had to figure out in what way. Um, he doesn't straight out ask the same question that I did. Um, but like that was his thoughts. Um, well, but why was that? Uh, yeah, I can't.
Words.
I'm taking a breath. She's like, gotta
Hydrate before
figure
you
this out.
dehydrate.
Phrasing difficult.
Hydrate
Words
before you
difficult.
hydrate before you dehydrate. It's been an hour.
Oh, I should hydrate. I brought my water bottle, but I did not drink from it. So I will hydrate.
I am taking drinks of water.
I have been hydrated. Um, yeah, I think he'll say, why, why was that difficult to say? It sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
Well, uh, Seeker kind of does a little prayer hands. Uh, one, I've never met the man. Two, I'm not even sure if she would remember him. Uh, three might be a little difficult because he doesn't have a name anymore.
Hmm. Well, it's still reasonable to want to ask despite that, I would think. But I can see the difficulty in trying to get the answer.
That's a 16. Okay. Don't mind that 16. It's nothing.
Okay, okay. All right, all right. I'm just sitting here.
Look,
I'm
man.
finally getting a little bit. I'm finally getting like a tiny bit of the Seeker lore, and it's barely anything. I know, but
uh, yeah. because it is rather foolish. Uh, Seeker
I
just
wouldn't
kind of.
say that.
No, really.
No, I wouldn't say it's foolish.
God. Mm, Seeker doesn't want to talk about this anymore.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just. I don't know if he'd do this, but I'm just imagining him very suddenly and drastically changing the subject.
Seeker?
Yeah, if he doesn't want to talk about it, I don't know if he would, but
Oh,
that
he
was what was in
definitely
my mind.
would. God, he sort of glances out into the distance. You guys are like at the top of the Ferris wheel now. Sort of points out and goes, "Hey, I think I can see your shop from here."
Yeah, good deflection. Yeah, he looks over. I'm gonna do a perception check to see if he can see it
Seeker can
over the
definitely not
investigation.
see it. Uh, he just said that. Uh,
Okay.
Seeker has no idea if you can actually see it from here. Uh,
Okay, hold on. Um, um, is it at least in the same direction? Because if it's not, then I'm gonna roll something to see if Nebula realizes that it's not.
uh, I want to say no just because it's funny. I'm gonna
Okay,
roll a
okay, let's.
deception.
I guess that'd be survival to see directions. To
Yeah,
read directions. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, that's a 27 for Seeker.
that's a 27 on deception.
On deception. Uh, and that's a 5 on survival. Yeah, he's convinced that that's the right direction, I guess.
Seeker is pointing to a random building in the distance that, yeah, maybe. If you kind of squint, maybe look it to the side, that kind of looks like your shop. Uh, it's really far.
Yeah. The Nebula squinting, looking at like, is it?
Well, yes, of course.
Oh man. Oh man. Gosh. Oh man.
Yeah,
I want to say that they're sitting there chatting for a while longer.
yeah.
Uh, and the sun starts to set,
Mhm.
and um, Nebula looks out at the sunset, and like he he does not like the sky itself is it's been 5 years since he woke up, but it's still a wonder to him. Um, and he does not take it for granted, so he's watching it with like some amount of awe.
God. I think Seeker is just quietly letting you have this moment if you are staring at it. And I can speak. If you are just staring at it, Seeker's gonna let you have this moment.
Yeah, he's looking out. He's got a soft smile on his face. I'm gosh, I'm imagining the those scenes that are like it has the soft lighting and like the just everything about the shot is made to make it look as soft as possible. Um, so I'm imagining that happening. Um,
Just it's there. I think there's also one of those like those camera shots where it's like kind of facing the sunset and like the two people are silhouetted.
yeah, definitely. There's definitely one of those. Um, man, see, I want Nebula to tell him, but I feel like it would have to lead into it. I don't know if he'd just straight up say anything like that. But 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 Seeker has officially crossed into okay, safe to tell. But I don't know if he'd actually tell right now.
if you're debating this and you look over at Seeker, Seeker is literally just vibing. He's just vibing, staring out into the city.
Oh man, man, yeah, I don't know how it would be led into it. A conversation would have to lead into it, I think, but I don't know
We can save it
what
for another
conversation
time.
would. Yeah, we could save it for another time. It's just this is Seeker has crossed into now safe to tell.
They
TOC and Seeker are now safe to tell. Marigold is also technically safe to tell, but he didn't actually tell her when he had the opening to. She's in a weird.
uh arrows? Arrows?
Yeah.
Hi. You cut out weirdly on my end.
No.
Uh
When did I cut out? I
uh
wasn't saying too much of importance
uh
for the.
you left off at it wasn't that long. It was maybe like a second or two.
Okay. I don't think it's super important then.
Okay. But yeah, man.
Man.
Man. I think the sun does slowly set into the distance as we're at the top of this Ferris wheel. And like that like very like the I can words like when the sun is like really down low, but you can still see some of the stars.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's gotten to that point. Uh, and
Nebula has turned from looking at the sunset to looking at the few stars that are visible.
yeah, Seeger has like taken off. I will say Seeker, if you like glance over at him, he had taken off his glasses at some point, and he doesn't he doesn't have his eyes open or anything, but he does appear to be like cleaning them off. Uh,
Mm.
because damn, these sunglasses are dirty. Before
Uh,
shoving them back onto his face.
on the one hand, I want to make a check to see if Nebula sees it. On the other, I want him to see it. um,
You can make a check if you want to. Do
I'll
a
make a check.
perception.
That's a 3. Can I make it with advantage for some reason? Just because I want to.
You guys are sitting right next to each other. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. 18, okay, yes.
18.
He sees it.
You do
He
get
sees it, like, I don't think he necessarily says anything, but he does blink a couple times just because, like, oh, right. Real kind don't have sunglasses as part of their design. That's a thing. They can take them. Like, because he's a toon. He lives, like, a lot of a lot of his friends are real kind actually, but for the majority of the people that he knows are part real kind, but the majority of the people that he knows are toons. And uh when someone is like wearing sunglasses for the entirety of the time you see them, including inside, then like yeah, that's probably part of their design. So he has a moment of, oh right, that's not Seeker doesn't have like a design thing where the sunglasses are a part of him. He has to take them off. He can take them off.
I will say with an 18, you do catch a glimpse of Seeker's eyes. They are a pair of goat eyes. This man has goat eyes.
Man has goat eyes. Yes, excellent.
He does shove them back onto his face. Sort of like blink and look out into everything again.
Mm.
I call you Starman. But that's mostly due to your name. Do you know much about stars? I think we have a conversation
Uh,
about this before, but I can't remember. Me, magic, not remembering.
I don't look. I don't remember either, so it's fine. Look, it's been a while.
It's been a
Been a
while.
while.
It's been a while.
Nebula looks back up at the stars, and uh he smiles and says, I've read up on everything that I can get my hands on about them. So I'd say that I know quite a bit. Yes, could say that.
God. Ah, man. Uh, the words. Hi. Uh,
It's fine. It's all right.
Seeker just kind of leans on the bar, carefully not having his hands actually touch it. Uh, do you want to talk about them?
Oh man. Okay. So it's getting dark out, and
Mhm.
Nebula's eyes glow,
Yeah.
and that's becoming more visible the darker it gets. They get like they get even brighter,
That's
and
exact.
he has like, look, he's he's very excited at the prospect of talking about the stars.
Seeker.
He has perked up. He has a grin on his face. His eyelids are bright. Yes, the answer is yes.
Uh, yeah. Nebula is free to go off. Seeker is listening.
Nebula is absolutely going off. I cannot say anything because I don't know the knowledge that he does, but he
Uh,
is absolutely going off.
I whisper stage directions. Do we want to, for fun? Do we want to do a jump cut to the ground level of this Ferris wheel?
Yes, yes.
Because there is something we need to address. That I think we should address at this point. All right. So, for those of you paying attention, we've been on this Ferris wheel for a very long time. The sun has gone down. We got on before the sun was going to set. Uh,
About a half hour before the sunset.
we got on a half hour before the sunset. Um, at the bottom of this Ferris wheel, I'm just gonna do a couple of quick shots. We cut to what seems to be like a park attendant, the person running the Ferris wheel, and what looks to be a mechanic, all like kind of sitting there, uh, arguing. There is a long line for the Ferris wheel, but people are being turned away. And also there's been a sign that says closed. Uh, uh, we there's an overheard conversation from the tech guy and the manager of the Ferris wheel has broken down. Uh, the Ferris wheel is not moving, and they're currently arguing how long it will take to whether it would take longer to A, get it back up, or B, call the fire department to get a ladder. uh, they are currently having this argument. The manager wants to just call the fire department, be done with it, get the people off the ride. The tech guy is just like, no, we can fix it. We can fix it. I swear we can fix it, like right now. But like, there's just this argument down here. Just general unrest, and we cut back to the top.
Where Nebula's just happily going off about the star.
Yeah,
Neither of them have noticed this. They do not realize that they are stuck at the top of the ride.
Seeger's never been on a Ferris wheel before. He doesn't know this is not supposed to happen. God, man, and
Oh man.
yeah, I think. Oh boy, I'd imagine this. Uh,
Uh, I could. There might potentially be a way for him to tell Seeker the thing.
uh huh,
Um,
uh huh.
but that'd be man, that'd be if Seeker asked the right questions.
I
The
I
the
think.
first thing that I'm thinking of would be just like why he's so excited about the stars. Like what? Yeah.
I think the question would be like it wouldn't be a really question. It'd just be more of like an offhand like, wow, you're really interested in this sort of stuff. That sort of thing.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much he'd go into it if that was just said. But he'll look up again at the stars like he has been for the past however long they've been.
They're
Um,
stuck at the top of the Ferris wheel.
uh, and yeah, he's looking up at them. He's just like, yeah, they're incredible. And he's got that soft look. And he's like, it's amazing how expansive everything is. Stars, even just looking up at the sky now, it's all encompassing. It's incredible.
God, I
You
my main problem is that like
wouldn't ask.
I'm doing like the interested like, man, I love it when people talk about the things they like. I imagine Seeker is also doing that look of, man, I love it when people talk about the things they like.
Oh man. But you wouldn't ask the question.
Fuck, what question?
Just like like what got him into it, or like when he
Oh yeah,
started,
yeah, I can
or
do that.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, Seeker kind of is he's probably breaking all safety regulations because he has taken his like he's no longer sitting in the position you're supposed to be sitting in. Like one like leg is like propped up, like resting against the bar. The other one's just dangling willy nilly. He's leaning against like the back of the thing with like a head like his head on his hand. You're not supposed to be do not sit like this on a Ferris wheel. Do you think Seeker paid attention to signs? No. Anyway,
Oh, Seeker.
you know, I'd imagine you'd be. I'd imagine you had more of a hyperfixation on gardening, noting your job, but any reason you chose stars in particular?
He he laughs a little at mentioning the flower shop as his job, and he's like, well, that's I only help out at the flower shop. My job is researching magic, actually. Um, but there is an alarm. No, no, we're not doing that. Sorry, that was my phone. Uh, great. Now I have to get myself back into the moment.
Nah.
Oh man. Okay. Oh gosh, what was I saying? I was phone why? Um, yeah, gosh, I had to get myself back into the moment. I've been betrayed. I was in it, and then I was thrown out of it.
Oh no. Uh,
Okay, so he I think the last thing he said was that was his job is researching magic.
yeah.
That I think that's all that I said.
His job is
Um,
researching magic, which Seeker does like raise an eyebrow at. Like, I
mm.
didn't know that. That's interesting.
But she's like, have I never told you this?
Seeker does. I don't remember it if you have. Seeker doesn't remember it if you have. Despite
Oh, okay.
despite his amazing history modifier, I am a fool. So
No, it's fine. It's fine. Um, gosh. Okay, so the question was just why stars? Why
why
instead of
stars?
like garden or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, he is quiet at that. Um, hmm. He's do an insight check.
An insight. 15.
Oh, 15. Cool. Um, I'm gonna take a drink first because my mouth suddenly got dry. Not suddenly, it was probably building up, but um, so Seeker can tell that it's like it's it's nervous, but not in the same way that it was nervous during humorous musings. Not in the same way that it was nervous when, well, sort of in the same way that I was nervous while when Seeker was like mentioning um words, uh the whole undead thing being like the I think the specific words was like, oh, what were the specific words? I just said it in the DMs, or I recently said it in the DM. You went to it. Um, the being returning to the air to take care of things still living here and now. That was what Seeger said during humorous musings, and like
Yeah.
and Nebula was nervous at that point. But and it's he's nervous now, but like not as intensely. It's more like he's trying to decide whether or not to say something. So he's quiet and he's trying to decide. Um
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
would Seeger say anything or should I go straight into it?
Uh. God.
Or would you just like stay quiet listening?
Seeker's going to stay quiet listening, but
Okay.
he is. He there's like a small like a sort of like tilt of the head out into the distance before focusing back on Nebula, and he takes off his sunglasses again. Just
Mm-hmm.
kind of looks at you, because you are nervous. Usually like having like some sort of eye reading can make people less nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Seeker takes them off. You probably still don't get much because they are goat eyes. But yeah, he does take them off. It's dark enough that he can take them off without any penalty. But he is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go ahead.
No, it's just like he can see a little bit better than he did before when Seeker was cleaning them. Just I guess of his face. Uh,
Yeah.
but he doesn't look for too long because staring is rude.
You
And
say Seeker openly staring at you.
and he turns back to the stars and he says, "To be honest, I can't really say for certain. I." He is quiet again. He's trying to figure out how to phrase this. He is going over in his mind. Yes, Seeker is okay to tell. Um, and he starts over with something seemingly completely unrelated. Um, and he goes, I woke up 5 years ago. I it was the first time I woke up that I am aware of. I see you typing. What are you rolling?
No, go ahead. Keep going. Keep. I'm not rolling.
Okay. All right. Um uh yeah, he's uh
say that out loud.
You're instantly you're 5? Oh,
No,
man,
go ahead, continue.
hold on, wait.
I'm sorry.
Man, actually, it might be no, he might be 6 now, actually. Um, because he returns to the mountain every year, and he just did the beginning of September. So that might have marked the yeah, I think that marks the 6th. So yeah, I think he'll make that amendment and be like, or wait, no, 6 years now, 6 years now. Uh, and I did not know much. I knew a lot of things concerning, I suppose, civilization, but not concerning nature. And I knew of the sky. I I can't say for certain whether it seemed new to me. It seemed new. And I knew of the stars, but I can't say for certain that I had seen them before that night. And it was amazing. I It's incredible. Um he is quiet for a little longer. And he's debating whether to straight up say it or to leave it there. Um I think hmm yeah, I think he'll just say I don't remember much of my previous life, but that is where my memories start. And stars have always been something that has just amazed me, awed me. I he he laughs and says, there's a reason I named myself Nebula."
God,
And I think he like yeah, it just ends there.
I hate to detract from this moment, but Seeker is automatically like, okay, is this a case of just regular amnesia, or is this like magical amnesia? Because my boy, while he does know
Nebula has
tropes,
no idea.
he's also a dumbass.
Look,
and
Nebula doesn't know either. He just knows he doesn't remember stuff. Well, he assumes that it's a result of the failed, well, not quite failed because he's still alive, but like not quite done correctly resurrection. But
look, all right, Arrows, I hold you by the shoulders. You have told him before that undead can be born. He trusts
yep,
that to be true without question. So he's just wondering if this is just a case of amnesia, because that is just a thing.
but Nebula did say his previous life. He did specify that.
Look, I hold you by the shoulders again. Previous life could
Yeah,
just
yeah, that's
mean
vague.
the life you
Yeah,
forgot.
okay. Okay, would Nebula is my character. Would Seeker say anything? Well,
To
just
clarify,
yeah.
no,
Okay.
because
Alright.
Nebula's having a moment.
Yeah. He stopped talking now though. That's all he was gonna say.
Yeah. Uh, and I'm just gonna go throw this in. Uh, thank you for telling me, I suppose.
Gosh, man. He nods silently. I guess he says, there's not many I tell anymore. So thank you for listening. And like there is like you do see some relief, even though like he thinks he was clear. He thinks he was clear.
You fool! Seeker is smart enough to identify tropes. He is not smart enough to connect the correct ones. He has a 7 to wisdom. Uh, yeah. I think Seeker just like, like flicks at his own ear and he's just, well, I do have 2 very large ears here. Uh, sort of,
Can I can we put an intelligence check or something to see if like he gets it?
to see if he what?
Like if he gets the what Nebula was trying to say.
Seeker to enroll in
Yes,
intelligence?
cybernetic intelligence. Like I don't know.
Alright,
I do I do love Seeker not knowing, but also like no, that's an 11. Never mind.
Uh, it's it's a conspiracy theory. One that is slowly creeping back onto the table. But
All right, all right,
you know,
all right.
he said no before, but also, what if it
He
was
did not
true?
see now.
Anyway,
He did not. He did not say I am one of these. He just said the Toons can be undead without actually dying. He did not specify that he fell into that.
it was implied, but now
Yes,
Seeker is drawing
it was
connections.
intentional misleading. It was intentional implication, but it
Alright.
was not straight up said.
I will say, Seeker probably falls silent after that. Uh, so you guys can just stare out at the sky. Do we want to roll a contesting con
Okay.
to see who fucking falls asleep?
All right. Yeah, we were doing that. All right. Saving throw. Nebula has +5 to that.
Haha. 10.
Yeah.
Damn. It was reasonably close.
Yeah.
I think Nebula, you do start to get like sleepy. You guys have been up here for a very long time. I think you're
Yeah.
beginning to notice as you feel like a slight weight on your shoulder. Seeker's fucking out.
Man. Man. Yeah. He is surprised at that and looks down at him. But he also has the soft smile. And I think, like, gosh, I think it's then that he realizes wait, hold on. We've been up here for a long time. It is dark out. What is going on?
You look out over the side of the Ferris wheel.
And there's like a yeah,
There's
he looks
there's a fire truck like for the other passengers that are like letting them down the ladder. There's a crowd. There's multiple flashing lights.
Oh man.
It was still sunup. It is probably now like an hour, not an hour, but like at least 30 minutes into sundown.
Oh man, yeah, he's just like, oh, oh, okay. How did I not realize this before?
Uh,
Now he's just like sitting there with like this whelp look on his face. Like, all
Event.
right, I'm sitting here now and waiting to be rescued, I guess.
Do you want to wake Seeker back up for this?
Um, I think like I think he waits until like the it's closer to their turn to getting off. And then he starts nudging Seeker awake.
Seeker does like a small grumble. Uh, eh,
Hey,
hmm.
we're stuck up here.
Wait, what?
We're stuck up here.
Cool. He goes back to leaning against you. Uh, he's sleepy. Uh,
It's they're getting everyone off. It's almost our turn.
oh, that's unfortunate.
You'll probably want to be a little more awake to climb down the ladder.
Uh, I think Seeker does like wake up more fully and like look over the side. Hold on, let me search up how tall Ferris wheels are. Uh,
I mean, I'm sure it depends on the fair and like I'm sure there are different sizes.
um, uh, probably not like too tall, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think this is a super big one.
Uh, Seeker just kind of looks down, and you can hear a muttering of, "I can make that jump." I can make that. Uh,
Nebula like instantly like wraps an arm around him like no, you are not jumping off the Ferris wheel.
uh,
Oh.
uh, you hear a mumble of, "I can definitely make that." Uh,
No, no, no. Do not, Seeker. Do not.
God, that just makes him want to do it more. I'll be fine.
No. Look, okay. I want to say if Seeker like does shift to try and do it, he will cast Hold Person.
Seeker kind of like, I will say he kind of like shifts in a way to sort of like lean more over the railing to see like, you know, he could probably make it down that far. He just cast whole person on reaction. Like,
Yeah,
wait a minute,
that
wait a minute. I actually have a
what?
flavor thing for this.
Oh,
Nebula, you try casting hold person. It doesn't work.
what? I'm sorry. Hello?
Uh,
I'm
you
sorry.
you try casting hold person, which I will point out, hold person is specifically humanoids. Um, that is
I
not
mean,
Seeker's. That is not Seeker's class. That is not Seeker's
I mean,
designation.
oh, do they not count as humanoid? Oh,
No. Uh,
oh no.
they do not. He does not count as humanoid.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. I guess yeah. Because I guess they are separate. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, all right. Yeah,
uh,
he is like not okay. Yeah, it's okay. I forget how I described Hold Person last time I used it. I think that was all the way back at No Brainer when he used it on the doctor.
yeah,
Um I forget how I described it, but I'm pretty sure it's like spectral ropes kind of thing. Not
yeah.
like looking like ropes, but like that kind of shape. And like he attempts that and they just like fall down.
Uh,
He's like, what? He is he is he is like, I'm sorry. Um oh wait, I think he tries again and it doesn't work and he he doesn't know what to do with this, but the important part of Seeger it looks like he might jump down, so he's going to grab him. But
that'll,
his mind is still whirling. Like, what do you mean it didn't work?
I'll be fine. I have Featherfall.
Okay, that does calm him a little. That he has that Seeker has Featherfall.
Uh,
Uh, but he still keeps a hold of him, and
yeah.
he's like, let's just wait for the ladder.
I will say, for the sake of time, I say, looking at
Yeah.
the clock,
Yeah.
ladder probably does come, and, feel free to, you know, actually go down the ladder. Seeker, very grudgingly, he doesn't want to. He would have been fine if he just jumped off, but no.
Seeker, please.
But, yeah. You
Seeker,
guys.
you're the real kind here, not the two.
uh, Seeker, like as soon as you guys get down to the bottom, Seeker does like a little stretch. You guys were up there for a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah, Nebula stretches too. Like, that was not expected, but all right, that has just happened. All right. He can now say he has gotten stuck on a Ferris wheel. He can say that he's gotten stuck on a Ferris wheel and not even realized it.
God.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess yeah, I mean Nebula's sleepy but not enough to like fall asleep, I think.
God.
Especially with that rush. Um
I
but
I will say for comedic sake, Seeker does look kind of dead on his feet. And I'm actually gonna make another con save. Don't worry
oh
about it.
boy. That's
0.
a
Oh
crit
shit.
fail. That's a crit fail and a 0.
Oh boy. Let's see at home. Uh, hmm. Seeker has been awake for quite a long time. I think as soon as like God, I think as soon as you guys make it out of like the noise range, probably out of the fair because we're all fared out for today. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I think Seeker like stumbles on something and just kind of fucking face plants.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a I guess dexterity saving throw if it's a reaction to see if Nebula can catch him.
Yeah.
At the next mission point, so that'd be a 12 total.
All right.
Um,
I could say you catch him, but like you have to kind of like stumble down, like stumble a bit
yeah,
down as well. Hey
yeah.
Nebula,
What?
Seeker is passed the fuck out.
Boy, yeah. He he sighs and just and but doesn't say anything and he picks him up and
Uh,
starts
I will
bringing him back.
I will say he's surprisingly lightweight. Kind of
That's
imagine
okay.
he'd be heavier.
All right. Yeah, that's a thing. Press it up, but like no comment. It's not like Seeker can hear him anyway. Um, and he heads home and he's gonna put him in the bed at Unwilted Wonders. Gosh, I'm just imagining he probably has to like call up for Hickory to open the door for him. Um, and uh yeah, you're just like what? There's a sleeping seeker. But they bring him in. Nebula probably puts him on his bed, and Nebula will take the couch.
Damn.
Yeah,
Can
huh?
you? That was a grapple check for a sleeping seeker.
Okay, I gotta contest that.
God damn it.
Nat 20.
Fuck.
Okay, that was a nat 20. Nice, Nebula. This is all right. Uh, so yeah, he pries Seeker off of him. Um,
There's a sleeping seeker who looks very disgruntled.
no. Uh, puts him in bed. Yeah. Uh, and he moves out. He will attempt to sleep on the couch. He'll actually attempt to sleep for one thing, which
Nice.
is good. He has had better sleep recently, so he's less nervous. Um, he does take one of the like 10 different dream catchers and takes one of them and puts it out by the couch. Um, and yeah, I think that's a good place to
Yeah.
end it. This is very fun. This is very fun.
Uh,
Gosh.
yeah. Oh man, I'm very glad I did this.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for your suggestion.
Yes.
This is fun. Nebula had a good time. lore was shared. They got stuck on a Ferris wheel.
God. Alright.
um, all right. I will be ending the recording. Thank you, Magic, and thank you, everyone listening. This was very good.
Bye, everyone. See you next
Bye.
time.